Hello, my name is GroupSnail, and welcome back to my desktop because today, once again, it is a non-glitching video. So, um, if you haven't been keeping up with the recent dramas of the Destiny community, basically, over the last couple months, there's been a lot of stuff about copyright strikes and audio archival, and basically, YouTube is no longer a good place for those who want to preserve the audio of Destiny. Um, so in part of this response, Breshi released all of his like FL Studio projects, and today I'm going to show you how you can use those to make your own, I guess, soundtrack tracks. So, a few prerequisites before you start. I suggest going over and watching my previous video showing how to use Nblock's Destiny Unpacker. That will show you how to use foobar and get the packages and stuff like that. I'll go over Depot Downloader again and such, but I'm not going to go into too much detail about using audio like extraction. So, next prerequisite is actually file space. We go into where I store my audio here. I have a very great naming system, I swear. So if we look at this here, you're going to see that the place where I store my WAV files is 222 gigabytes. So if you don't have that kind of storage space, don't continue. um, it's yeah, and then additionally after that, then you're gonna have to download the PS4. This is if you want to do like everything in terms of the Breshi file. So then you're gonna have to go download the PS4 packages, which is another 50 gigs, and then you gotta download the like arrivals packages, and then that's another 90 gigs. So in total, you're looking at like half of a terabyte for all of this audio. Of course, you don't have to store all of that at once, and you can kind of wiggle your way around that, but I'd say have a nice big space to do your work. Don't put this on your main gaming drive or whatever. It will take up way too much way too much space. So, moving forward, first thing we're going to want to do is get all of the packages required. So, if you don't know how to find your active game packages, you're going to want to go to Steam, Manage, Browse Local Files, and then there are your packages. Technically, for this, by the way, you don't need to be able to play Destiny 2. I know a lot of you are on console, but if you have like an old laptop or something that has the capacity to download a game from Steam, you can do this. So you don't need to run the game or anything. And all of the programs that I'm showing, they're only space and time consuming. They aren't like actually heavy processing stuff. All right. So once you have all of those downloaded, you need to get a few programs. So first one is FL Studio. This is obviously required because that's where Breshi's projects are stored on. Next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get .NET, which is from Microsoft. It is a general purpose, I guess, support program. I don't know exactly what it does, but it's required for Depot Downloader. And then Depot Downloader, it is a Steam program, or made by Valve, so you can use that. And then finally, to get the PS4 packages, actually, I forgot to show this. You're going to want to go to ps4.nblock.online. This is Nblock's like server thing, and you can go download it from her storage. So, to get the depot for the arrivals packages, essentially you are downloading an earlier version of the game. And what you're going to want to do is once you've got Depot Downloader and .NET installed, you're going to want to go into your command line where the exe is, just like that. And then you're going to want to copy paste the program, or not the program, the command that I have down in the description. Once again, I don't think I mentioned this yet. All of these links are in the description. So you're going to want to copy paste that in, put in your username, and then it's going to ask for your password. And if you've got two-factor authentication, it'll ask for that again. This is fine because this is a program that comes directly from Steam. It's not going to steal your information. I have done like depot downloader things for like 6 months now, and I mean clearly I still have my account, so it's not anything bad. Then it's gonna just go ahead and download the game. That's gonna take several hours. Generally speaking, I run it overnight or in the background when I'm playing games and such because it's not a high intensity thing. It's just gonna take up your disk. Anyways, so yeah, and then once that's downloaded, it'll be in this big old chain of files, and then there will be a packages file. And the reason why mine isn't there is because I pulled it out because I have a bad habit of deleting the depot file. Anyways, once you've got all the packages that you want, I suggest getting all 3 of those packages so that you can look at any of the music files that Breshi has put together. You're going to want to head over to your Destiny Unpacker. This is a thing that I covered in my previous video about audio. Once again, head over to command line. And what we're going to want to put in this time is -W, -H, and -F. There it is. So what that will do for us is, I mean, obviously also like -P and -O for our packages and output. But what that will do, -W makes WAV files, -H makes them in hex, and -F shows the, like, it will do the full, all of the relevant files in that package list that you provided. So, with that, yeah, I'm not going to actually run that because I do not want another copy of the game in my folder. At the moment, I only have 100 gigs left. Okay, so now that you have all of the WAV files done, it should look something like that. Of course, I changed the name here so that it would show up for the following. But once you have all the WAV files, it's going to look something like this. Once it loads up, there are like 100,000 WAV files or something stupid like that. Give it a second. Maybe. I've got this on my hard drive, so it's slow. Oh, there we go. So it'll look something like that. So all of these in nice WAV format. So once we have these done, the next step is to actually go over to Discord. I might not actually have to do this, but either way, I'm going to recommend that you're in this Discord because it is a very cool place. So, Destiny Model Rips. You head down to the Sounds and Music channel, go over to the pins, and right here is going to be Breshi's pin with FL Studio Projects. So it goes over a basic cursory thing of what I just talked about, but I thought I'd show it anyways. So now I'm going to download that, and it's probably going to be a duplicate because I've downloaded this before. And now you're going to just want to unzip that. I use 7-zip, but I don't think that really matters. And it's going to look like this. And let's go ahead and just open up this for right now. And when you first open up these files before you've got everything set up, it's going to give you this big old missing sample thing. And so you're going to want to just click on Locate Sample, go back over to where you have it downloaded. So just click on that, and it's going to say Resolved. You can reload that project, say, yes, I want to add that to the list, and it will finish it up. So now when we play this, it'll work. So this is sort of the benefit of why you want to do this is you can then go ahead and export this to a WAV file and essentially get these big music things again. So a good example of why you want to do this versus just listening to the soundtrack is the Dreaming City. Basically, like the Dreaming City track itself, I don't know that I have. Yeah, I don't think I've got the availability to look at the soundtrack one at the moment without opening another page, but I'll flash a number on screen. It is that long versus what I like to do, which is give it the ambient and then the two sort of action tracks, I guess would be the best way to describe it. And if you just drag these over so that they all chain together nicely. Obviously, I spend a lot more time when I'm doing this not during a video, but do not want to record. Is that you can sort of chain it together like this, and this is essentially what the soundtracks operate off of. It'll start with the ambient, then it will go to the action, and then it'll go to the high action. But generally speaking, like half of this track isn't going to show up in the actual official soundtrack, so you get more bang for your buck essentially for each track. So yeah, so you can go ahead and export this and then throw it. I personally have it in foobar, so even though that I have only, what is this, like 12, 13 tracks total, this is like 2 hours of music because they're each like 8 to 10 minutes instead of the like 2 or 3 to maybe 5 at the most in a normal soundtrack. So like I said, more bang for your buck. You get to listen to some cool music that you haven't already done so. So that is it for the tutorial. Once again, I apologize for not making too many videos these days, but I mean, glitching's not in the most interesting spot at the moment. I mean, I could probably show some syncbox things if you really want to see it, but generally it's all the same locations except for the like new throne world, but even then you have maybe 3 places that it's actually like worth it to go to. So that's it for now. I have some plans for future videos, such as showing what I do for my Blender projects, if you're interested in that. So yeah, stick around if you need any help with this. I am more than happy to help you out. And yeah, thank you for watching. And there's a cool outro.